Hello everyone and welcome back. Friday trading session. How are you all doing? Hope you're all very well. So let's have a look where we're at today. It is Friday. I'm not expecting too much today. I'm not expecting too much as it is Friday. Friday's been pretty slow lately. I'm not gonna lie. But right now we are pretty bullish by the looks of things. Overall, in the structure of Bitcoin, we are looking pretty bullish. Bitcoin has actually stayed relatively decent, considering the fact we did have a little bit of news that didn't obviously seem too nice. Didn't seem a little bit too nice. So we did just get a signal for Fartcoin sell. So we'll jump in on that. If you guys want the exact same signals as I'm getting, then make sure you have a look at that link down in the description of this live trading session. So entry point is 0.1462, 0.1453. Currently we're at 54. So we could realistically enter on this area. So we are going to be looking for that downside. We'll go TP2. We're not going to go too crazy. So we'll go 0.143. 143. Let's have a look. So Fartcoin is sometimes actually a little bit volatile. It is a little bit volatile, but it's okay. We're looking good. We're looking good for this downside right now. Not too much movement, of course, but yeah, we're looking good. Now, if we look at Bitcoin structure, we actually had some pretty nice trades in yesterday's session. We did have some pretty nice trades in yesterday's session. Currently, let's have a look. Where have we got some liquidity? 63.6k. Currently we're at 63.9k. Now if we have a look on CoinGlass, 62.6, 63.5. Yeah, 63.5 does look pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. 63.5 does look good. Let's have a look if we can come in for a short position on Bitcoin. We'll come for 63,500, 63. Let's have a look. Yeah, 63,500 looks very nice. We'll come in for that short. We'll short for Ethereum 2, as we are expecting Bitcoin to push for this downside. And then what else have we got? Athena. Let's have a look at the highest volume area that we currently have for Athena. I'm not expecting actually too much from today's session, as we have actually been experiencing pretty slow movements these past couple of sessions. and then kind of out of nowhere we get a very bullish reaction, which is very, very strange. I believe there's a lot of manipulation in the markets right now. But I feel like we can also expect the downside for Athena too. Just looking at this current structure, you can see we're kind of being stopped above these highs. So if we realistically put stop loss above those highs around here, that would be looking pretty nice. So we are obviously looking for the downside. We are looking for that downside. Ideally, coming past this previous low, we've got a low here, we've got a lower low. Realistically, I would probably be aiming for that area there. We will go to 0.07605. Let's have a look how we start moving within this price range. Let's have a look. Fatcoin is not really liking our entry position right now. Fatcoin is not liking our entry position. Where could we have stop loss? I mean, it's been kind of consolidating in this range for quite some time, I'm not gonna lie. We have seen quite a lot of consolidation. So since 5 o'clock actually, which is nearly 2 hours ago now, well, considering now it's 7, we've got 17, 18, and now it's 19, nearly 18. So $18, 15, 12. I don't think Fatcoin's actually seeing much movement right now, because you can see 17.20 for 3 minutes, 3-minute difference between them two. 3 minutes there as well, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. We are in the 1 minute time frame though. Ah, there we go. Not sure why that was, not sure why that's happened, but okay. Ethereum, Ethereum, Ethereum. Where can we be aiming for on Ethereum? Bruh. I've never had to log in, but now it's telling me to log in. Nice. Let's have a look. Liquidation heat map, symbol, Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's liquidity is also in the downside, 1769. Realistically, we could come for that liquidity sweep as well. which we will most likely see if we are looking for the downside overall on Bitcoin, as well as Ethereum and Fiatcoin too. So we'll do, so what is it, 1769. We'll go 1765. $17.65. That does look like a pretty reasonable area to be going to. Let's have a look. 1765. What is going on? Yeah, so currently we've only got Pepe. Pepe TP5 actually, that's insane. Pepe hit TP5. Entry point was, let's actually have a look at the potential ROI that we could have got for Pepe. Let's have a look. 1000 Pepe USD. So that was obviously a long position. Entry point was 0.0263, 262, 263. Just about here. Price range 26.3, 6.62%. But yeah, as you can see, ROI was 5.64%. 5.64%. Crazy. And that was obviously from yesterday, 9:30 p.m. So that trade would have obviously took us until today to obviously come through within that profit. And Pepe has actually just started pumping out of nowhere. Look at that. Massive move for Pepe. Massive move right now. Insane, honestly. Insane movement. Anyway. Currently we're in a bit of a loss, but it's okay. We're gonna see what we can do. Right, I'm still obviously looking for the downside on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Fiatcoin's coming slowly down within that price range. We'll highlight that there. Yeah, it's literally just kind of consolidating on this level right now. We are looking to obviously break that structure and lean in for a deeper downside movement. Yeah, currently market is very slow, very slow. I'll have a look on X, see if we have anything interesting going on. We are slowly coming back within our price range. We were down about, I don't know, 800 a little while ago. Now back to 5. News-wise, not really seeing too much. Not really seeing too much right now. Yes, mainly Iran, but I mean, the news isn't like it's not really anything significant. It's not anything significant at all. Israel shared intelligence with US of Iranian plot to assassinate Trump. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. I feel like this whole Norway, this Israel-US crap is just going on for way too long now. Way too long. I mean, all the previous talks that we had, some of them actually stuck, but I feel like I've said this every single session now. It doesn't look like there's anything going forward. There's nothing going forward at all. Absolutely nothing going forward. Bad news for Israel. Americans are waking up. Just some guy shouting in a room, I believe.
We don't have money for ourselves and our needs.
Yep. 2 hours ago, Trump says he will not sign the bipartisan housing bill in protest. I will not sign the housing bill, which has been fully approved by Congress and sent to the White House, in protest over the fact that the United States Senate is not capable of passing the Save America Act, which is polling at 97% with the Republican Party. Quite simply, that to vote person must show photo voter ID, proof of citizenship, and that there will be no more crooked, corrupt or destabilizing mail-in ballots. Exceptions for military, disabled, illness and travel. The Save America Act's non-passage is crazy and a serious threat to any politician who votes against it. If the Democrats are, or any rhino or worse working with them, do not allow a positive vote on Save America. Well, it doesn't really seem to be liking that whole agenda. Republican Party, US Senate candidate. Says her family can. Yeah, I don't know. America's looking a little bit tense right now. I'm not gonna lie. Immigration is also a very, very big factor right now. I actually saw yesterday there was also some crazy things in Paris. Well, France in general. People actually preparing for the FIFA games of Paris winning. Because, well, what we've seen previously is that people go crazy, they start smashing, they start looting, and yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, there's literally nothing going on right now. It's crazy. A bunch of rubbish. I'm not gonna lie. Currently, a bunch of rubbish. Where is this move? Ethereum and Bitcoin are nearly within our price range. Nearly within our price range. A very slow movement though, very slow movement. Iran refuses claims of planned discussions with the United States, of course. They have been doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, Trump did say yesterday that obviously Iran keep lying. They say they have a meeting, and then they say, "Oh, we never had a meeting," and so on. But yeah, right now, super quiet. Super quiet. News-wise, it's just absolute rubbish. And then we've got ABC News 10 minutes ago. President Trump said that he has agreed to Iran's request to continue talks, but he maintained ceasefire is over.
Extreme doubt on the ability for the United States and Iran to come to a long-lasting agreement, essentially saying that the Iranian negotiators are dishonorable, saying that they're scum. However, a U.S. official had said that they were hopeful that they could, get to a place where they could get a lasting deal. I think President Trump's statement, though, that the ceasefire is dead, in some ways raises more questions than it does give answers, because there were so many aspects of the deal that the United States and Iran had come to. What does this now mean for the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports? Does that now go back into effect? What does it mean for the Strait of Hormuz? Will Iran continue firing at ships going through there? Will they essentially shut it down? Remember, it was in part Iran firing on ships in the Strait that had led to this re-escalation. And of course, the big question, what does it mean for more possible U.S. strikes? We had seen the United States hit targets throughout the region for 2 nights in a row. Of course, that did not happen last night, but the president saying the negotiations will happen. But again, the part of the ceasefire raising a lot of questions, Diane.
I mean, currently, that's what I'm looking at. I believe we will most likely, for today at least, unless there is some kind of catalyst that actually, starts giving the price some kind of, push for either side, I believe we will most likely consolidate, or we may, break further towards this downside area where we do actually have quite a bit of liquidity. But for now, you can see there's not really too much driving price. You can see Bitcoin is just ever so slightly above our entry position. The same as Ethereum, you can see free USD. So it's just tiny weeny bit above. So with that in mind, you can see the liquidity for Ethereum. 1769, 46 million. That's currently the biggest cluster of liquidity that we've got right now. If we're looking at 12-hour time frame, we can also see 1769 there, 1767. So yeah, overall, I will most likely be expecting to see a move down to about 63,900, potentially, maybe dipping into this zone here, but I believe from that lower structure we may have an uptrend. I believe we're making higher lows. So if we come in and have a look, what can we see? Well, we can currently see we came off of this low here. We've got some support here of that level, there, and there, and then some slight movement here as well. So you can see we've got higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We could be potentially compressing into that upside resistance area, but we'll see. We will see. Like I said, currently there's not really anything kind of pushing price either to the upside or the downside. I believe it's currently mainly market movers, players, participants within the market right now. You can see liquidity is pretty low right now. 22k for short for longs, 54k for shorts. So yeah, the liquidity doesn't seem very convincing right now. Not a lot going on. Whales extremely bullish. Mid is bearish and retail is also bearish. But obviously there is potential well, obviously come for this downside, but for now there is, like I said, not too much going on. Not too much going on. Here we are, super close to our entry position on Bitcoin right now. But like I said, you can see those lower highs. So we've just got an entry position for Solana. Let's have a look. 78 to 77.7. We're at pretty much 78 now. We're at 77.94. We'll come in at 78. We'll come in at 78.02. And we'll go TP3, and that is 76.18. So Bitcoin was just within some profit, I believe. Yeah, seen some more movement on that support level. Yep. Looks like a supply zone in this upside. You can see you've got a supply zone there, and then a demand zone right here. So like I said, we could actually break that structure and lean even deeper for the downside. So obviously we've obviously got now a short position on Solana and a short position on Fatcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Athena too. So once we actually see that break of structure, I believe we'll see some very, very nice profits on all of those trades. Currently, yeah, we are kind of still yet to see this upside for Solana. You can see kind of selling pressure is kind of dying off, selling volume looking to start coming for this upside, where we have our entry position waiting at 78.02k, not 2k, just 78.02. I mean, for all we know, we could actually see an even deeper move now. I mean, realistically, for Solana, if we actually change, not change, but if we break this lower structure, which I believe currently looks like a support, a kind of heavy support area, we can see we've been, well, you can see price came to this level, supported again here, and here as well. So if we actually clear this area, then I believe we may see a further move for this downside. We could get a small fake out, but then again, you can see MACD is starting to curl up towards the upside. So I think momentum may be shifting. Then we'll come in, well, it's already starting to shift. We're about to come with that crossover. So with the overall momentum will be shifting now, and I believe we will see our position being taken. So let's have a look. And then I would most likely be expecting price to come back for this level, potentially see some consolidation, and then eventually we break towards this downside area. But yeah, currently we need to see a little bit more of a bullish structure to see price coming back up to our entry position, and then we can start absolutely dumping for the downside. I'm not sure if we'll get some explosive movements today. We have actually seen those impulsive candles yesterday and pretty much all week. So yeah, there's not really too much going on right now. I am expecting price to come back up to this level of 78.02, and then we start this bigger decline. But yeah, it's very, very slow right now, very slow. Not much price action. Yeah, very slow market today. News-wise as well, nothing really going on. Climate change, student loans, Russia, Elon Musk, not really much going on at all. Not much at all.
Let's get back to big.
There we go. But unfortunately, we haven't come into our entry position, so I guess we may have actually missed that position slightly. I was looking for price to come in slightly for our position, but yeah, unfortunately, it's not looking as nice as we thought. So we are going to cancel the order just in case we start maybe shifting. So yeah, Filecoin is still within a little bit of a loss. It's not really seen too much. Well, actually, it's seen a pretty big drop from this upside area. where it was moving in, but I'm looking for an even deeper continuation for this downside. You can see we've got some rejection there, but overall I am still looking for this downside to continue. $500 in profit already on those trades. We actually were within a loss of about 800 a couple minutes. Well, I won't say a couple minutes. I'd say about the start of the session. But yeah, right now we're looking a lot better. We are looking a lot better. I want you guys to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. That will be greatly appreciated. Slight drawback there, slight rejection. Not to worry, as we are still aiming for this downside area. You can see our Bitcoin has absolutely dumped right there. Absolutely dumped. Getting slightly rejected, but I am looking for that deeper downside. And I believe that was 63.5k. Let's have a look. Yes, 63.5k. 63.5k is actually a previous level that we've touched upon many times. So, So Saturday session and Monday session, we were bullish and we actually did move to that level of 63.5k for both of those sessions. Now, right now we are getting some pretty strong rejection. We are getting some pretty strong rejection in this area right now. Filecoin is still within that loss right now. Let's see the rejection. Currently waiting for that rejection. Yeah, it's a pretty strong push right there though. It's a pretty strong push. Can we see that rejection from this price range? Let's see it. Let's see that move. Slight rejection there though. Slight rejection. Not liking it. I'm not liking it. Not looking nice. Not looking too nice. Like literally out of nowhere, we just start pumping again. Crazy. Was Ilyachevsk was hit by a missile strike about an hour ago. Not too important for us. Yeah, news-wise as well. Not much going on. Not much going on at all. Can we expect to see this downside now? I mean, Bitcoin's already seeing some rejection. Bitcoin's already seeing some rejection. Price is so slow today, honestly. You can actually see how slow the price is. It doesn't move. It doesn't move much at all. The volatility is relatively small today. Realistically, right now, we need to be breaking below that previous low. That would give us a nice indication for the downside. Yeah, looking a bit slow right now. Very, very slow. Honestly, this price action, again, bullshit. We are getting some rejection though. Actually, I'm going to close that Athena trade. I'm going to come in for a better position in this upside. Crude oil, where is crude oil? I mean, ideally we want to see crude oil coming for the upside, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we could just get more consolidation in this range for Bitcoin. Yeah, not a lot going on. Honestly, I wish I could tell you guys more, but yeah, honestly, not too much. Not too much. If you guys have any questions, obviously, drop them in the comments. Definitely feel free. Are we going to see this downside? No way, Athena's still pushing. No way. Yeah, fat coin as well. Let's have a look. Fat coin 1503. Yeah, bit of a nasty loss right now. Looks like Bitcoin's pushing back into that range. Bitcoin's pushing back into that range. Honestly guys, I wish I could tell you more, but today we're not seeing too much action. There's barely anything going on. And out of nowhere we just pump. Do we see the same for Fatcoin and Athena? Massive move for Bitcoin. No way. We've come back into that supply zone actually for Bitcoin. No way, we're literally pumping. We are literally pumping. This is the exact stuff I'm talking about, guys, today. Like, we've seen impulsive moves like this all week this week. Like, out of nowhere we just start pumping. We just start absolutely pumping for the upside. It's actually crazy. I feel like these are the types of moves that make you not even want to trade. I'm not even joking. That 63k was looking good. That 63k was looking good. I mean, it's still looking good. It's still looking good. Yeah, Fatcoin is down a pretty hefty amount right now. Pretty hefty amount. What do we have, Fatcoin? So it's above our entry range. So our entry range for Fatcoin was actually 0.1462 and 0.1453. So we are slightly above our kind of entry range point. Athena's actually not seeing too much right now. We did see a pretty sharp move, but then again we are currently dipping, starting to anyway. Ideally, like I said, I want to see that downside area. I want to see that downside. During the NATO summit in Ankara, the President of the United States and I reached political agreements on licensing the production of Patriot systems in Ukraine, says Zelensky. Not sure how impactful that's going to be for us. Not too much, I don't think. Yeah, very slow today. Very slow. Honestly, movement today is insane. It's insane. Red day. My card Tiksu, what do you think? What are you thinking? Long, short? Let me know. I mean, I'm still looking for 63.5k. 63.5k looks pretty decent. 63.5k looks pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the markets lately have been pretty sloppy. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty sloppy. I mean, realistically right now, I do not want to see that continuation whatsoever. I do not want to see that continuation at all. News-wise as well, nothing. There's literally nothing driving price right now. Literally nothing driving price right now. Wow. So this is really how it's going, really? So we've just got that slight indicator there. This could be the top. You can see kind of every time we have these little dots, we eventually see the downside. That range here as well, downside here, slight downside here as well, downside. I mean, for this range, I believe we will most likely see this as a low, sorry, as a high, and then see that continuation for this downside. Yeah, I mean, currently we are super bullish, but yeah, I'm not liking it at all. $64K. Wow. There we go. We've seen a slight rejection there. The White House has backed a bill on hellish sanctions against Russia. Senator Lindsey Graham said the text of the bill had been agreed with the Trump administration. The legislation is now expected to become a law. The new measures are meant to give the US president additional tools to pressure Moscow and accelerate an end to Russia's war against Ukraine.
It would allow sanctions and tariffs on the 5 top countries that evade sanctions, that get cheap Russian oil to resell it for a profit. This bill has 85 co-sponsors. We've been working with the administration, Senator Blumenthal and myself, Senator Shaheen, to make sure that it was acceptable to the administration, that it was written in a way they could support. I'm pleased to announce, as of about 30 minutes ago, we've reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. It means it's going to become law. So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal, to the Republican and Democratic leader, to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package that would give tools to President Trump to help end this war. There's some things we can do on the technology front to build on the lethality of.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that right there could actually increase the uncertainty kind of aspect. So we may actually now see Bitcoin reacting to that headline. I mean, it's actually pretty important. I mean, it's not overly important, but it does add obviously an extra layer of uncertainty to the whole, whole environment. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, Trump is now looking to be involved in the Russia-Ukraine war. So I believe that will have some kind of impact on the market. So I mean, it's more war. It's more war, isn't it? And Trump has obviously got a big say in what goes on. For all we know, Russia could, retaliate or even not like what Trump is obviously willing to do or say. And they could retaliate towards USA. Who knows? Who knows? But like I said, it does create some kind of conflict and uneasy environment overall. Let's have a look how Bitcoin has reacted. I mean, it's not too bearish, I'm not going to lie, it's not too bearish at all. Honestly, price right now is super slow. Super slow. I am looking for that to be kind of the peak for Fatcoin right now though. I'm looking for that to kind of be that peak. There we go, that's better. It's better, you guys can see me better now. Nope, we're still continuing this push. Honestly, I'm not liking that at all. I'm not liking that at all. mean, if we break above this structure, right, then yeah, I don't think I'll be in this trade for much longer. I'll be most likely coming out, I'm not gonna lie. There we go, we've got more movement for the downside. Slightly though, slightly. Let's see this downside. Let's see this downside. We've been pushing, we've actually been pushing for quite some time now. Kind of since the start of the session really. Honestly, so slow today, so incredibly slow, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, price is so slow. There's news-wise as well. We're not really not got too much going on. Market structure-wise as well, we're just very slow. Yes, there's not a lot going on right now. I'm not gonna lie. There we go, we've got some more movement for the downside. We've got more movement for the downside. Oh. There we go. I mean, we've seen a significant move for Bitcoin. Actually, in yesterday's session, we had some pretty nice trades on for Bitcoin. So, I mean, currently you can see in the last 30 to 40, maybe even to an hour's in structure, we haven't really seen too much. Pretty much all we've kind of seen is a movement within this support and resistance area. We were making actually higher lows. So obviously you can see we've got a low here, low there, low here, low here, and then we kind of broke this structure and moved in for this downside. Now currently I am waiting for another break of that structure and potentially clearing that low, and price coming to there. We'll most likely see some rejections from this previous low area, and then potentially we could see that 63.5k level being touched upon again. That is actually what we're aiming for right now. TP is at 63.5k, but like I said, not too much has gone on in the past, I'd say an hour. As you can see, price is moving literally just within this consolidation. It's touched upon obviously the demand zone, supply zone, but overall we were obviously making those higher lows. Currently I'm looking to break this support area again. It looks like price is getting still supported on this level. You can see the perfect confirmation there. Overall, yeah, I am looking still for this downside. S&P 500. Bullish overall right now, but you see US market open, we made a slight move to the upside, but then we kind of peaked off, dumped slightly, back up, a slight consolidation, slightly bearish, and then we absolutely dumped all the way from a price of 7,556.6 to 7,508.35, and yeah, we've kind of been moving within that same range as well. You can see kind of in this area, about there and here. So you can see price as seeing some support here, here again, and then upside you can see some more rejections here, there, here again, and now we've actually slightly broke through that consolidated area. Now let's have a look at gold. Oh, Bitcoin's maybe I think it's retesting that lower area again. We can have a look at gold actually. Let's have a look at gold. I'm interested in seeing what's actually happened just slightly after the US market open, as I'm not really sure why we've actually seen such a massive move for that downside area. So let's have a look. I mean, look, you see gold dumped. I believe Bitcoin may have seen it as well. 1732 for Bitcoin, 1732 for gold. I'm not really sure what happened at that exact time. So it's just a random move again. Geopolitical risk remains elevated. Markets are still reacting to developments involving the US, Iran and Russia. Traders have been quick to reduce risk. I mean, if we have any So overall, it's just random moves in the market again. 530. Unemployment change, unemployment rate, that was at 330. 330, we also saw a pretty drastic move, which was 330, 1530. There. I mean, we've been bearish from that area. 1530. Slightly bullish for gold though. But yeah, but overall, not really too much. Not too much going on. Obviously now, you guys can see that Bitcoin is kind of coming back to that range where we obviously broke that structure. We've obviously completely ignored this level now. We were actually respecting it in this range. As you can see, lower high. This is the initial low. Then we have a higher low, higher low, higher low. We break the structure, completely ignore that level, and once we come for the downside as well, completely ignore the level. It doesn't look like it's relevant anymore. But this level, the support, is relevant. You can see we've got more confirmation of that level there. More candles pretty much supporting that price level. I believe we will now continue to see this downside. We are going to be dipping into the demand zone in just a second, so we may see an even deeper downside. You can see as well in this previous area, we dipped into the demand zone and then we were very bullish. So let's have a look if we can actually expect to see the same kind of movement again. Potential, when we see there's potential, there is potential to see that move. Where are we looking at? Down 460. So realistically, we want to see a lower low for Bitcoin. That would kind of push our trades for Ethereum. What else did we have on Fatcoin, Athena, also for that larger move for the downside. Let's see this downside area. 63.5k also looks like a very nice liquidity area. It's a very big zone, I'm not gonna lie. There is quite a lot of liquidity there. That is Ethereum. Yeah, news-wise as well, it's like it's not really too much, but then we've got some kind of Telegram channels. But then again, they're not really. They've not really got any kind of significant meaning behind them. It's just like kind of pretty much just useless info, really. I mean, I'm not really on those groups whatsoever because I just think they're a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie, big waste of time. Yeah, so slow right now. So incredibly slow. There we go. We've got some more movement. We have got some more movement. That Bitcoin trade is within profit. Fatcoin is actually not moving whatsoever. Fatcoin is kind of just consolidating in this range. You can see we've got about 5 minutes there of consolidation. Ideally, we want to be coming back below that entry position and continuing for the downside. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. There we go, coming within even nicer profits. Finally seeing some movement. Not a lot, but yeah. President Trump warns he left instructions to bomb Iran like they've never seen before if Iran assassinates him. What? That is... I feel like that is kind of the biggest news of uncertainty that we currently have. That does not sound good at all. Minutes ago, 6 minutes ago. The Islamic Republic of Iran has asked us to continue talks. We've agreed to do so, but the United States has stated to them in no uncertain terms that the ceasefire is over. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then it's the approved bill. Yeah, I'm not really seeing too much right now. Are we seeing a little pushback? Yep. Obviously, I don't want to show you guys on X. Last time I kind of showed everything on X, then we kind of got banned. So yeah, we don't want to get banned today again. So we're going to minimize our risk, and yeah, I'll see if we've got anything interesting going on. But for now, it's not looking too nice. Pushing again. Pushing again. I mean, if we actually manage to make a lower high, then we may see this downside continuation, but for now, the overall structure doesn't seem too clear. Yeah, it's just the currently the news. The main kind of news that we've currently got is just the Senator Graham have reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. So it looks like Trump is going to have involvement in the Ukraine and Russia war. I mean, if we manage to make a lower low, potentially coming for a deeper downside, I feel like overall the structure might be looking bearish, but candle wise as well, not really seeing too much structure. We've got a hammer candle there though. We have got a hammer candle there though. Yeah, I mean that liquidity that looks very, very nice. It's just Bitcoin's having a bit of a long time to come for this downside. I mean, in these past, what has it been? Well, pretty much an hour and a half. All we've kind of seen is a slight move for this downside. We touch upon the resistance, break the support, and now we're back into that key level. Overall, not any movement, barely anything, literally barely any movement at all. I mean, overall, we are currently just waiting to see a deeper downside. Deeper downside. Honestly, we've not seen really any movement at all. Bitcoin's price is kind of jumping back and forth within this key level, but now we seem to be actually dipping for the downside, but then again, it's not entirely bearish. The structure is a little bit different today. Relatively no movement whatsoever. Relatively no movement at all. So maybe we actually might get rejected from the previous high. I feel like we may see that. We may actually see that. And it looks like we are slightly within profit right now. Finally, Athena's seen the downside. Looks like Filecoin's also coming in for the downside. We've actually made a lower low, which is some progress, Some progress. So guys, we are back, but then again, we've not really got much going on. Currently, it looks like we are attempting to sweep this low though, but 63.5k still looks good, still looks good. Still looking to come to 63.5k. You can see overall right now in the market is just pure consolidation. Pure consolidation. Honestly, no movement at all. It's like we are slightly within profit, and then we are within a loss. Slightly within profit, in a loss. Yeah, honestly today so slow. So incredibly slow. We are making lower lows currently, lower highs as well. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm looking for maybe that high, potentially come to maybe 0.1465, and then see that continuation for this downside. And you know, sweeping for this lower low too, so potentially around this level, and then we see a continuation. Most likely see some rejection on this area here, and then overall, I'm still aiming for that TP in the downside. But yeah, super slow today, honestly. We actually do have a couple of days like this. Other sessions, we have very, very nice movements, but today, honestly, nothing at all, nothing at all. Yeah, we just start pumping out of nowhere like always. Yeah, so slow today, incredibly slow. News-wise as well, it's just honestly nothing. Patriot missile deal. Oh my days. Patriot missile deal and Trump's praise for Zelensky put pressure on Russia. I mean, that is more conflict. That is literally more conflict. Ukraine has established a long-range operations command targeting Russia. President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the new structure will concentrate all available resources on striking targets inside Russia. Yeah, now obviously Trump is going to have more involvement in the US-Ukraine war. So yeah, we'll most likely see something exciting, I believe, happening in the next week. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, structure right now, not really anything. Literally not anything. So much consolidation. I mean, there is slight rejection for this upside to come back within that key level area, but right now, honestly, nothing. So I believe kind of all we currently got for today will most likely be that 63.5k area, and that would pretty much be it. That would pretty much be it. And other than that, I'm not really seeing anything else. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really seeing anything else. We're seeing a little bit more movement, but overall you can see obviously we've made these lows. We've got a lower high, lower high, lower high. We ideally want to sweep this lower low area, but yeah, currently it's not really any movement at all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's mainly this fat coin trade right now. It's mainly this fat coin trade. Recently, I've actually obviously seen slight movement for the downside, but overall, Bitcoin structure has been actually remaining pretty strong, even though we did get the outflows recently in those past couple of weeks, obviously, when we had this war situation. So a couple of weeks ago, obviously, we did come down to that level of, we'll have a look in the daily time frame actually. So you can see previously we moved into the kind of 74k, so 70 to 76k area. We kind of consolidated between that area, tried to reclaim the 74k plus area many times, but obviously you can see kind of got rejected at this zone. And then I mean, this is a heavy demand area, so it's a heavy demand zone. Then we obviously broke that structure, came pretty rapidly from about 73 point, well, just below 74k, all the way down towards making a low of 59k, and then we kind of thought it was over. We started coming in bullish again, and then we continued. Well, we came from 67k all the way down to 57.8k, and then ever since that we've kind of been bullish, but currently we still have this high of 67.3k. I mean, potentially if we can surpass that high, we may be continuing even higher. And realistically, right now we want to see Bitcoin holding those levels. If not, then I don't know, we could most likely just get some consolidation and then a further move, maybe past those lows. Currently we have a lower low and a lower low even here, but then even for the downside as well, we could see an even further move, maybe to 55k, maybe to 55k. Currently, just looking at structure, obviously we've got a high, we've got obviously this low here, this low and this high. So currently we've got obviously a lower low, lower high, lower low and lower high, potentially coming in for an even lower low about that 50k zone, 55k zone, which we previously actually talked about in our previous trading sessions and videos. And a lot of investors and traders actually did suggest they were going to be seeing maybe that 55k level as well. But yeah, that was actually a kind of a pretty big area that other traders were actually you know, looking for. So I don't know. It's yeah, it's looking a little bit I don't know, looking a little bit difficult. Today we have got a little bit more outflows than we did yesterday. Yesterday we had about 20 or so million. Today 95 million. Maybe we get even more as we roll into the weekend. Obviously now that Trump is going to be having some more involvement into the Russia and Ukraine war, so that could obviously play some kind of part in all of this. But yeah, overall, actually, Bitcoin's been holding up surprisingly well, considering we did have some more news of those outflows continuing, more obviously tensions rising, and overall some more kind of hostile activity coming in. And now we have actually come slightly deeper for this downside area. Filecoin is still not yet within profit, but the structure looks nice so far. We've got this initial high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low again. So there is currently potential to have another high kind of in this area of about 1462, then coming to this previously supported area for Filecoin, and then eventually continuing for this downside. That's what we're seeing for Bitcoin. You can see dipping back into the demand zone. So kind of every time we've seen the demand zone, we've actually been bullish. You can bearish. You can see here again, and then here again. So we've actually just now got a very bullish candle right there, but overall I'm still expecting the downside to at least 63.5k. 63.5k is actually a massive liquidity area. So just looking on the live book map, we do have a lot of liquidity sat there. We have a look on what's it called, CoinGlass as well. Ethereum's liquidity as well, more building as well, more positions in this downside area. I believe it's the same for Bitcoin too. Yep, we are getting closer and closer. 60, we've got obviously liquidity there at 63.7, 63.6, 63.6, and then 63.57. Our TP is 63.5, so ideally we want to see that move for a deeper downside and coming in to sweep it. So this trade obviously might come kind of, you know, jump over into tomorrow, but yeah, overall we are still aiming for this downside area to continue. What on earth is that? Yeah, we're getting more push, we're more pushing, more pushes for the upside. Yeah, look at that. Honestly, structure for Bitcoin right now, very strange, very strange. I mean, for all we know, we could just start pumping again, coming back into that range, possibly retesting that supply area, or that resistance zone. But yeah, overall, market is all over the place right now. Honestly, no movement at all. No movement at all. Russia, that's all we're seeing right now. Russia, Ukraine, Trump getting involved. Yeah, not too much going on, honestly. Not too much going on. Let's see these lower lows. Let's see these lower lows. Honestly, like, we've been getting multiple minutes of no movement. Honestly, today is very slow, very slow. News-wise as well, market-wise as well. Honestly, today's a very slow day, very slow. And then again, we're just consolidating. And then out of nowhere, we start dumping again, and then we get rejected again. Crazy movements, honestly. Crazy movements today. We've surpassed the high for that trade on Fartcoin now. Athena just started pumping out of nowhere. Look at that. What do you even call that? Honestly. Like out of nowhere we just start absolutely pumping through the roof. Look at that. Insane, honestly. I've got no words. We are slowly coming for the downside on Bitcoin. Ethereum as well. Ethereum's kind of within that price range, slightly above. But yeah, overall, not much movement at all. I mean, it's a very bullish move out of nowhere, but then again, a big rejection there. I mean, structure for Bitcoin currently does look bearish for that liquidity grab for 63.5k. But like I said, structure is not great today, not great at all. Yeah, we are slightly bullish for Athena. I believe I'll put stop loss just above the, just in case. I don't really fancy coming in for such a nasty loss on that. So if we do continue even higher, that's it. We'll be obviously getting stopped out right at that level. Yeah, so obviously we'll put that there. Filecoin is slightly bullish now. We've not obviously attempted to clear any of those highs yet. We are obviously seeing some more buying volume in the market right now, but overall, you can see we are actually, well, we are coming up to those highs, but for now, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. Let's have a look, news-wise, X, anything interesting? Let's see this downside. Honestly, it's been a long 2 hours of nothing. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long 2 hours of nothing. Yeah, I mean, right now we are still waiting for Bitcoin to come down to that level of 63.5k. Yeah, slowly but surely we are coming for that downside. Slowly but surely. There we go. We've got some more movement for this area. Currently, we are still down about 140. We actually just did come within a loss of about nearly 1k. Athena just started pumping out of nowhere. You can see this was the massive move. That's how close we were to TP to obviously stop loss. Insanely close. Honestly, such slow price action. Such slow price action is honestly not going anywhere. It's like we see some kind of movement and then we kind of don't really see anything for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it looks very choppy right now. It does look very choppy, I'm not gonna lie, it does look very choppy. So I believe this move will be relatively slow for the rest of the evening, and then yeah, most likely we'll see maybe some more movement in the evening. But no, honestly, this today, not a lot of movement at all. Barely anything, to be fair. So we just got a signal for MYX USDT sell. We'll have a look at that. USD, not USDT. So we're looking to come to entry price. Entry price is 0.0758, 0.0744. Currently we're at 0.075. We could come in at 7.6. Yeah, we'll come in. We'll do a limit position. Price is 7.6, and let's have a look. We'll do TP3. 0.066799. All right, there we go. Should be. Let's refresh that. TP was 0.06799. There we go. Whoa. I believe we may have some insane spillage right there. That does look like some insane spillage, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, look at that Athena again, just starts pushing out of nowhere. Bitcoin's seeing some slight rejection in this downside area, but overall we're not really too bearish, but we'll see how we go. Literally just consolidating right now. Literally just consolidating. Honestly, the movements we're getting today are pretty ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. Down 540. Yeah, it's just pretty much these Telegram groups. It says Iranian Foreign Minister Aragchi will travel to Oman tomorrow to discuss developments in the Strait of Hormuz and the broader region, in Iranian media reports. And then I feel like every single time it's some new Iranian leader or general or minister or someone from Iran. It's never the same person. And then it's just the same constant back and forth. What have we got? The Trump administration will support a draft bill that would impose heavy financial penalties on purchases of Russian oil, adding to economic pressure on Moscow, all in an effort to bring Russia's 4-year war on Ukraine to a close. So you guys can see that Trump is now getting involved. Trump is getting involved. Trump is heavily getting involved. Involved. $560. Keep getting some kind of updates, but then again, it's like nothing in kind of any importance. And then, I mean, we've got like kind of every now and then we do get something important. For example, retail investors are slowing their stock purchases. Retail investors have bought a net worth 13 billion in US equities over the last month, the least since 2020, according to Van der Track. I believe we actually had a look at this yesterday. And then Bitcoin just reached its second most oversold monthly reading in history. Obviously, there's a lot of people obviously think, yeah, we could go here, yeah, we could go there, but then again, it's no one really knows. No one really knows where we're actually going to be heading to. I feel like you need a lot of insider info to obviously kind of, well, price in where we actually may be heading to. But yeah, overall, it's not looking too crazy. Rejection there for gold. Oh my days. If we actually start pushing this upside again, oh my god, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be happy at all, let me tell you that. That's for a fact. That is for a fact. I mean, overall, structure-wise, we're still seeing those lower highs, but those two previous lows just there, we've just seen those rejections. You can see rejection here. So I believe there is some weakness. I don't know. That doesn't look like weakness, but yeah, there is currently some weakness for the upside. You can see sellers actually do step in this upside area. So we've got a lower low, a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. But in this area, we actually failed to clear this previous low. Right now, what I'm looking for is the downside, maybe a slight pushback here, and then clearing that low. And that would obviously clear kind of this whole area here. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Realistically now, I want to see price coming within a price range of about here. That's where I want to see price coming into. And that would give us a nicer indication that we are going to continue even deeper for this downside area. So we'll see how it goes. There we go. We've got some more movement for the downside. A little bit more movement. But overall, we're still not seeing too much. Still not seeing too much. Honestly, very slow market today, I'm not gonna lie. Very, very slow movements overall. So our MYX trade is within 45 profit, 45 USD profit. You can see. So this Ethereum, Bitcoin, MYX, Filecoin and Athena are within a slight loss right now. But overall, I'm still expecting to see Ethereum, well not Ethereum, Athena, sorry, to see this downside. Filecoin right now is kind of being a little bit on the naughty side, not kind of seeing much of the downside, but we are obviously expecting to see that continuation heading into the afternoon. So we have got something there. President Trump said the United States and Iran had agreed once again to continue talks, but he also reiterated in social media post that the US had told Tehran in no uncertain terms that the ceasefire is over. We've actually came across this news source maybe an hour ago or so. So this news source is a little bit old, a little bit too late now. Yeah, we're seeing this downside now. We're finally within a tiny bit of profit. We want to see Bitcoin coming even deeper for this downside area. Yeah, it's very, very slow. That movement is so slow right now. We've had a lot of consolidation today. The session kind of started around, well, let's say about this area here. We started making those higher lows. You can see moving on that level very nicely. And then we kind of broke that structure, retested the resistance area, and now we've been kind of bearish. Obviously, we've been making those lower lows again. But then at the same time, the move is very slow. Yeah, the movement is super slow today. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. News-wise as well, it's a pretty quiet session today. I've not really got anything to kind of show you guys, but yeah, it's a very, very slow session today. honestly so slow. We've got some mirroring there though. You can see confirmation, more candles actually do confirm this level, especially here, there, and then here too. But yeah, overall we want to clear this low, and clear this low. Currently, as for the lows, we've been making higher lows, but then we've been compressing into that level. Most of the time, when we get a situation like this, where we come from the upside towards the downside, then we see some kind of compression or wedge pattern, flag pattern, we tend to realistically move in the same direction we initially kind of originated from. So from this area, I am looking to see this downside. So it's kind of the same thing we had here. So you can see we came from this upside area for the downside. We started making those higher lows and then retested. Obviously, we saw resistance at this upside, this level of 64,119. Rejected, and then we broke towards the downside. Realistically, right now, we could see the same exact thing. We have these lows right here. Let's have a look if we can maybe get a better level. There we go. And you can see how we are compressing within that level. So we have rejections here, and then also there, here, and here as well. So we'll most likely continue moving within this level, and then we'll see the downside coming into this area in the downside. So what I'm looking for is currently a structure like so. Let me just get a better drawing of that whole chart. So we have a low there where we previously obviously saw a move to. This we got rejected from it here. Tried to obviously come for it, got rejected, and then we have rejection here, also here as well, and then perfect confirmation here. So we've got that movement here as well, and then perfect confirmation there as well. So then this downside level is there. You can see we've got some support there. You can see rejected. I'm not sure if there's a previously supported area as well. I think it is actually as well. You can see some movement here, some support there, slight support there, some support here as well. And then you can see how price is compressing into this area. So we've got obviously pressure from the from the buyers, obviously making those higher lows, and then we've got pressure from the sellers not letting price come past this resistance level. So realistically, we came from this upside area, which was obviously here. Well, it's not good. It's obviously down and then up, and then we see that move. We either break out here, or we continue to kind of compress, and then eventually we break out, coming into, coming into that level there. That's the level I want to see the price coming within, but then at the same time, our liquidity level is in this lower area of about 63.5k. Well, we actually do have a lot of liquidity leverage in this bottom area, but overall, we're looking to come to 63.5k, which is ultimately just there. TP is right there. You can see guys, you got more rejection. We've got more rejection. More rejection. There we go. Athena's within profit, slightly, but then Filecoin is just, Filecoin's currently just consolidating in this range. It's not really seeing any movement right now, but we'll see. News-wise as well, not really got anything. Patrushev has revealed an alleged secret FSB CIA operation against Osama bin Laden, according to him. Some bollocks, some rubbish. Slightly coming within profit, but then at the same time, Filecoin's kind of just, it's you know, it's still consolidating its range. Overall, the structure for Bitcoin looks a lot better. We've actually come back within that level, so we'll most likely just continue to compress within this range, and then we'll most likely see that deeper move for the downside. Most likely then see that deeper move. But yeah, TP is obviously here. Currently we are up about 155, 108, oh, it just dropped to 108. Not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, overall, I mean, even now, this could still be a very decent entry point. I mean, it would be better to come in from that resistance level. You can see this is a resistance area, rejection, 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 support, support, support. So we are compressing from both areas. Both sellers, both buyers are literally compressing this price from both sides. And eventually we will get a breakout. We will get a breakout. And I am looking heavily for this downside. Like it doesn't look like the upside's gonna be happening anytime soon right now. We've got more outflows. We are getting, I mean, market sentiment overall right now is not too nice. You can actually see how tiny those candles are right now. Look at that, so much consolidation. And kind of whenever we get these kinds of movements, we generally see a pretty explosive, impulsive, however you want to call it, explosive or impulsive movement initially happening. So I believe now we will most likely see a liquidity sweep. Look how close this liquidity is. We swept a slight chunk here. We've got about 15 mil. And then here in this downside, we've got, you can see 15, 15, 50, 54, 51. 34, and we are getting closer and closer to that liquidity area. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of compression in price. We have actually slightly dipped below this support level. So yeah, I'm looking to come to 53.5k. Actually, in previous sessions, I've also seen price sweeping 53k multiple times. 63.5k actually, sorry. Saturday session, Monday session, we were very bullish actually, and we did come for that sweep of 63.5k for both sessions actually, and we did make some very nice profits on both of those sessions. Unfortunately, in Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday sessions, I think Tuesday's session was actually the heaviest. I think I was down about, I don't know, maybe like 20k in the space of those 24 hours. Obviously, you guys can go back and check the lives out for yourself if you want to. Yeah, well, this is the most profit we've obviously seen so far in the session. Because we've literally just seen consolidation all session. Like it's been super slow, super slow. Yeah, Bitcoin, I believe, maybe breaking that area now. Got a bit of a scratchy throat today. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're coming closer and closer. Slowly but surely, we are coming closer to this downside area. Getting closer and closer. But this currently is a demand area. So as you can previously see, demand zone, supply zone. This was the consolidation that we had. We broke down, was making those higher lows as well. Swept it, come back into the zone, retested the resistance. Came bullish, and now we are kind of in the same pattern. You can see compression from the resistance area and the support there, and then boom, downside. So what I'm expecting now is the same kind of move, but a deeper move, potentially maybe coming to this area where we have those previous rejections, as this is a previously supported area as well. You can see further down the line as well, right there. Or we just sweep the whole thing and kind of come into this green area that we have marked on our chart. But for now, even if you come into a green area, it would still be a better outlook on a deeper downside movement for that 63.5k reclaim. So yeah, we're looking a lot better, but we'll see. Currently, yeah, we've had a bit of a slow session, honestly. It's not a lot's going on. Satellite imagery shows Iran may be attempting to rebuild nuclear facilities. Well, Trump's going to be on that really quickly, and he's probably going to blow everything up. So I don't think they're going to have much action in that whole nuclear party or whatever they're doing. Nope, still not much movement. It's like we come for the downside, but then we kind of come back within the level, and it's a lot of manipulation. It just looks like a lot of manipulation right now, I'm not gonna lie. Very strange movements all over the place. I mean, we've got some movement, but then again, it could still be rejected and we kind of come back to that level. So I'm not going to kind of say much because, well, judging from the previous movements that we've had today, we could still kind of come back within that range and kind of completely just move past it. And yeah, it's a bit of a strange movement, I'm not going to lie. Ideally right now, I want to be sweeping all those lows coming into that green area right there. That would give us a nicer look on this downside continuation. But for now, yeah, not too much going on. We are 600 in profit right now, looking better, looking a lot better than previously, obviously, but yeah, right now it's not bad at all. About 600 in profit right now. 619. That setup actually looks really nice. That setup does look very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful setup. I mean, my face is hurting from being behind this screen. There we go. That should be, I don't know, maybe 1K. I don't know. 790. 800. It was literally quiet all session. Like, it was no movement at all. And finally, we've seen some kind of move for this downside area. 850 should be about 1K in a couple, maybe a minute or two. So, I mean, unless if we actually get rejected from that previous low that we have for, yeah, we'll most likely get some rejection here, unless obviously selling pressure is actually that strong that we can actually manage to, you know, immediately crack through. If that's the case, then yeah, we'll most likely see a deeper move, potentially in that green area. But yeah, we'll see. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. There actually is a lot of liquidity sat at 63.5k. I'm not gonna lie, 63.5k. Yeah, you can see we've still obviously come into those liquidity blocks. We're still to be seen. Yeah, 63.5k looks very nice right now. So we could actually come for 63.5k and then potentially later on come in for 64.7. 64.7 is actually an area where we kind of previously were aiming to come to, but yeah, market didn't come to that area, I believe. Actually, we did. We're just under it. 64.6. 64.6. So yeah, previously we wanted actually to come to that area, and I believe it may have been a previous session. Yes, I think it was Tuesday's session. We were aiming back up for 63.5k. We came to, I believe it was 63. Actually no, it was 65k that we wanted to come to. We failed at, I believe it was 64.6k, something along those lines, and then we came heavily for the downside, and yeah, I mean at that point it was up 7k. I woke up in the morning, I was down 7k. It wasn't nice. It was not nice at all. We've dipped into that low. We've dipped into that area. Look at that. Should be about 1k now. Up 790. Fatcoin's still within a slight loss right there. Slight loss. I believe we've got some news there. Iranian Foreign Minister Arachi to visit Oman on Saturday, heading delegation for talks on strategic moves and bilateral ties. Iran's official news agency. Strange. There we go, 1k profit. Look at that, look at that. Very nice. We're gonna see that dump finally. Are we gonna see that dump finally? $1.16k, 1.18 now. Obviously, we're waiting to come for TP at 63.5k for Bitcoin, and then TP2. Obviously, we'll be exiting the Bitcoin trade once we get to TP1 for Bitcoin, for Ethereum. So once Bitcoin takes TP, Ethereum will also be taking TP, as well as Athena 2, and Filecoin most likely will kind of be in the same kind of price range as Bitcoin's TP. So overall, we're looking good. Look, this is the move we just caught. This is the move we just caught. Look at that. You can obviously roll back the live if you want to see kind of the analyzing of that level. And yeah, that's what we've got going on right now. That's what we've got going on right now. We might actually retest that level and then continue for the downside. But for now, we're looking decent. We're looking decent. Looking good, looking good. Let's see if we get the retest. The retest is obviously price coming to this level here. That's what we want to see. If we see that, we'll be looking for continuation. I mean, we could just get rejected from it straight away, not even coming into it. But yeah, overall, we've actually caught a pretty nice move for this downside. We've caught a pretty nice move for this downside area. Let's see that deeper downside. Let's see the deeper downside. Come on now. Yeah, pretty fat rejection from Filecoin though. Pretty big rejection there. I can't even believe it, honestly. Was in like 1.2k 1.2k profit, and now we're back to 380. Honestly, like it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Are we gonna get the downside? Looks like Bitcoin's continuing for the downside actually right now, but we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, not an incredibly crazy session today. It's been very slow, very slow. I'm not gonna lie. We've not really seen too much. I believe we've just no, we've come kind of above that level now. But I want to see. Well, we've obviously got stop loss on for those trades, so even if we... Well, I mean, the downside still looks good. The downside still looks good, but obviously anything can happen, and we may even see the upside, but overall we are still looking to see that 63.5k level for Bitcoin. So, yeah, that's what we're looking to come to. That's what we're looking to come to. But we'll see, we'll see. Alright guys, that will most likely be it for today's session. Obviously I will keep you guys updated on how we did in this trade tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow, so definitely tune in to tomorrow's live trading session. We'll obviously be looking at the market, analysing, seeing what nice trades we can actually pull off in tomorrow's session. So with that in mind, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you all in tomorrow's live trading session.